Happy Tuesday, my friends. I am back for another Toolkit Tuesday. So, Toolkit Tuesday was birthed from the concept of what I do for a living, and that's a question that I get asked a lot. What do you do? And I have a tendency to want to be like, about what? But as far as work, right? We are constantly trying to manage our bodies and ignore our minds and work really hard to please others. And what I do is equip women with tools. Hi. I equip women with tools to stop making their mind and body the enemy, to reclaim their power, and to create their own standards. So something that we talk a lot about in the Redefining Healthy Initiative and in all of my work, right, is the negative self-talk. So negative self-talk is one of the mind traps that I see across the board with everyone. And I posted on my Instagram stories the other day, I showed a picture of my legs, like the cellulite on my legs, and I had that thought, right? That thought crossed my mind, like, my legs aren't ready for shorts yet this summer. And just as quickly, I was like, fuck that. Like, it's 90 degrees outside. That makes my legs ready for shorts. And this is the thing. I shared that to let you in on this, right? Like, we are all, every single one of us, it does not matter. It doesn't matter what your body looks like. Negative self-talk is in there. And it starts really young, right? Like, this isn't something that we are innately born with, right? We have our innate intelligence, and we innately were not born desiring flat abs and cellulite-free legs. That was not something that we were born with, right? It was taught. And this is a part of these teachings and other voices and other people's expectations and other people's opinions start to form the thoughts. It sounds like us, right? Like, I hear in my own voice, it sounds like me, but it's not me. It starts super early, right? I see it on the playground all the time. Well-intentioned toddler is climbing a rock wall, and the caretaker, the nervous grandmother runs over and pulls the toddler off. Like, you can't do that. You're going to get hurt. And the toddler's like, no, I can do it. I can do it. And the grandmother's like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You'll get hurt. And this is how it starts, right? It's well-intentioned that this person is trying to take care of this toddler and make sure that no injuries occur. But this is how we stop trusting ourselves, right? These messages start to turn our own voice down and their voices up. And it's happening in every aspect of our life, right? We choose food based off of what we think we're supposed to eat. We either are not paying attention to how much we're eating or when we should stop, or when we're hungry, we're doing it based off of maybe things that are on a piece of paper or something that someone else told us, right? Even though we were born with that innate intelligence that gives us all of this information. As we've gone on, right, and these voices get turned way up, our voices get turned way down. And this is how we start to choose things that are not so healthy for us, or we turn healthy things into unhealthy things, or we choose the wrong person for our heart, or we go into the wrong job field, or we go because we cannot hear our own voices, right? This negative self-talk jumps in, swoops in, and just starts popping off all the time. What I want you to know, and what we practice in the first week 1 of the Redefining Healthy Initiative, right? We separate us from this mean inner roommate, right? That's why I said, give that bitch a name. It's not you. If you can hear it, you're the one listening, right? So if I can hear her popping off, wait a second, like, I am the listener. I am separate from this. So if we can get to the understanding that, like, this is not me, this is a whole bunch of shit. Like, this is everything that's ever been said to me, everything I've ever seen on TV, everything that I've read in magazines, everything that I've seen in advertisements that I didn't even know I was paying attention to, that thing that boy said to me in first grade, that thing that my high school boyfriend said, right? These things make up that negative self-talk. It's not you. So when we can separate, that's not me, to the one that is listening, right? I am the one that is listening. We start to, you can go back and watch it from the beginning. I'm going to post it. So when we notice this and we separate ourselves as I'm the one listening, not the one talking, we're not in this to argue with her, right? We don't need to argue. And we're in this to start to say, like, actually, you know, and sometimes I'll be like, this bitch is crazy. We will start to know, like, that's not me. I'm going to start turning her volume down and start turning my volume back up, right? So we're turning the volume down on negative self-talk, and we're turning the volume back up on our own innate intelligence. And we do this by giving her a name, right? Or, I'm sorry, I'm not actually that sorry. Sometimes I disclude men, and I appreciate you watching this. So also for men, for women, we name her, right? We give her a name. And this way we're able to have this separate entity, and we're able to see this as just another mental event as opposed to facts, right? These are not facts that you are thinking in your mind. These are other separate things, other things that you've heard. This negative self-talk is interweaving. So give her a name. This way, instead of engaging in conflict or engaging in this way that we are told, like, just be positive. So then, like, she pops off and you're like, I shouldn't think that. Like, well, that's not going to work either, right? Instead, we call her out by name. Give that bitch a name. Call her out by name, and then you separate yourself. Like, this is not a fact. This is just another mental event. Like, this mean inner critic, this mean inner roommate is going off about something else. This is totally separate from me. These seem like simple concepts, and they are simple in theory, right? They're harder in application because it takes a level of mindfulness. This is active, engaged meditation, right? You're meditating in real life, in practice, in theory, as you're moving through your day-to-day. It's not all just, you know, the sitting that you think of when you think of meditation. So as you engage more mindfully in your life, you will see huge repercussions, right? It's like this little pebble in the water that just ripples all the way out, and it starts affecting and changing everything in your day and life. Put them into practice. Give that bitch a name. I would personally love to hear the names that you come up with, because I have, over the last year or so, however many people I've had do this actual practice, I love hearing the names. So please, once you come up with her name or his name, I'd like to hear from you guys too. I would love to hear what you come up with. And these are the kind of practices, these are the kind of tools, they're simple things, right? Simple things that we start implementing into our lives to have that huge ripple effect. Today, I will send you a 20% discount code for the Redefining Healthy Initiative. The next round starts on Monday, so you have a couple days left to get in there, and I do have some coupon codes that I could maybe hand out if you would like one. And yes, the answer is yes. So the question was, can we give it a man? Can we give it a man that we don't like's name? Absolutely. So I love you. Yes. So if you are interested in joining the Redefining Healthy Initiative and getting these simple but powerful tools, and joining a group of like-minded women working through the same things and struggling through and celebrating the same things, then you still have some time to join this next round. It is coming together to be a very beautiful group, as it always does, always in the right time, and the right people coming together. So we would love to see you there. If you send me a message, I will send you a coupon code. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, and I'll be back on Sunday for Storytime Sunday. Have a wonderful day.